The intent is to provide players with a sense of pride. What? Okay. I'm sorry, it just feels like the people working PR at EA have never played a single video game in their entire lives. Let me just start by saying, the goal of this video is not to throw any more shit at EA because let's be honest, they do a good enough job of that themselves. Instead, the goal of this video is to tackle a phrase that has become known as a joke in the gaming community, and to put some life into it. What I'm talking about here is the infamous sense of pride and accomplishment. Let's just take a second to define what is not a sense of pride and accomplishment, spending hours on hours grinding for better items and or characters in a game only to be beaten by someone who just joined the game but has a bigger wallet than you. Sorry. Battlefront 2 at lunch. Sorry. Ooh, I don't know what came over me. So what is a game with a sense of pride and accomplishment? This can take many shapes, but generally speaking, it is a game that rewards the player for achieving and or performing in the game in questions. Example of rewards that a game may offer to a player would be rare items, characters, skins, a rank, a simple winning screen, or simply put, the player's progression itself. That last one I find is the best.
Are you serious? Again?
There are games which will start off by introducing a set of mechanics at the start of a game and will never add more to these mechanics. The only thing that will change is what a player is able to do with those mechanics. I find games that do this are the best at measuring a player's own progression because most of the times in these games, the player starts out as shit. One of the best examples of this in my mind would be Dirt 4.
Alright, we got this. We got a good tempo for once. We're actually rolling. No! Are you kidding me?
While I mentioned Dirt 4 as an example of a game that starts and ends with the same mechanics, there are other examples of games that do this, examples being Fury, Dark Souls, and Cuphead. But this doesn't mean that they are the only kind of games that can offer this sense of pride and accomplishment. You can also have a game with a progression system deliver this feeling. An example of this would be The Witcher. It's also important to understand that this can also happen in the online multiplayer space. The best example of this would be PUBG and or Fortnite, as there is often a long struggle with frustration before one is able to succeed within those games.
And I got
That's
the kills.
annoying.
Fuck, that guy was so good with the sniper.
You may ask yourself, what's so great about starting like crap and being at the bottom? What's so great about being frustrated with a game? Well, I tell you this, it's the rise. That moment when everything seems to click. When instead of thinking about what you should be doing, it just happens because you just did it. And that moment when you reach that long-awaited victory screen is when that sense of pride and accomplishment really kicks in.